What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Sane. Sorry if I'm a little quiet today or my voice is a little raspy. I'm starting to come down with a little sickness, so my voice might not be all the way there. Anyways, today is going to be a jump back into the Nuzlocking world, specifically Gen 3, looking at Fire Red and Leaf Green. I had a video on Emerald and I didn't realize I never did a Fire Red Leaf Green video, and so it requested that I do these games. So I'm going to come out to these games. Do this video for you guys. So my tier list is ordered. I have the SS ban, which is just Pokemon you should ban for the sake of the game. They just make the game way too easy, they're way too strong, etc., etc. S tier, which is just best Pokemon. You're really lucky if you get these. They're really good throughout the entire game. A tier, really strong choices. B tier, niche, like depends on, it depends on how your team's looking, on how good they are. C tier is not horrible Pokemon. Like you can make them work. And then D tier is Pokemon that are just bad and you should just bench forever. I'll just go in Pokedex order. Let me move. I don't know. I have Vaporeons out of order, so I'll move that here. Yeah, I'll go in Pokedex order and we'll go through it like this. So Venusaur is an S tier. Its grass typing is really good for the early game. It carries you through the early game. Rock, water, electric gyms, and then you have two caves. The only time it struggles is it doesn't struggle. Like it's the Viridian Forest, which just doesn't struggle. Like it's so helpful. Yeah, it carries you through the first three gyms on its own, two caves on its own. Then you get to the grass gym, and then it hits its powers. It drops really hard for the few gyms there until Giovanni. Then it comes back in handy, and then you get to the Elite Four, and it's pretty good against the Elite Four. So early game monster, and then it comes back later on in the game. It's also just a starter. Sleep Powders, Leash Seed, really good moves. Charizard is a lot weaker, just because its typing is not really good any time in the game. Fire types in this game just aren't that good. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't think they're that great. It's good against the Grass Gym. It's not good until the Grass Gym. Like you have Metal Claw for Brock, but it's not a good pick. You have two caves. You struggle for so long for such a long time until you actually can turn Charizard and fight the Grass Gym. And then you're fine against every gym, like you're neutral to everything. And then you have the Fire Gym and Giovanni, which you're not very good against. And then the Elite Four, you're okay in. I don't think he's great. He's just like a good starter with good stats. Like he's a starter with good stats and coverage, so he's just in B tier, serviceable. Blastoise is also S tier. Blastoise is a little weaker early game, but still gets you through Brock. You have Bite, so you're actually really good against Misty. You just resist everything of Misty, bite the Starmie. Then you have to worry about the Electric Gym. So then you have the Electric Gym and the Grass Gym, which you're not good on, but you're also just good against like the Cave and just through everything else because you have Bite through like Lavender Town, the Pokemon Tower. Then you're a super bulky Pokemon that has Bite, so you're good against Sabrina. You're just like good, and then you go against the rest of the gyms, and then carry into the Elite Four really well. So I think you have more rough patches like spread out. I guess I don't know. You're not as strong early game as Venusaur, but you're also better late game. Yeah, I think these two are just so strong. Just a bulky water type with Bite in this game is really makes things so easy. Butterfree I actually also put in B tier. Just Sleep Powder Confusion can get you through. It'll get you through Brock if you don't have a Mankey. Like, Brock is actually hard. I think Brock is, like, the hardest part of the game, to be honest. Just because you don't have options. Like, if you have these two, then he's easy. If you don't have these two, and you don't get a Mankey, then things are rough. So, Butterfree is really good there. And then just, like, early game Sleep Powder, early game, pretty decent stats, Confusion, stuff. It's going to be serviceable for a little while. Then it'll drop off by the time you get to, like, Misty. But it's good for that little point. Like, it's really clutch. And then just, like, Sleep Powder is so nice. Beedrill is a little bit better later game. Bug-type attacker. It's bug-type attacks. It's got a pretty decent move pool. You can teach it, like, Brick Break and stuff. It comes in clutch. It's actually pretty good against Sabrina, just for being able to hit things super effectively. It's a little bit bulkier than it seems as a bug-type. It's not... It's something you can have evolve. It's a fully evolved Pokemon by Brock, so it's not a horrible pick to use against Brock, just to have better stats. It's not gonna be great against it, but it's also good against Misty. It's good. It's fine in the Electric Gym. Like it's just kind of like fine the entire game. It's not that bad. I actually really like it. It's And I think it just carries into the late game better than these two. Honestly, like I feel better having a Beedrill on my team, like past the halfway point of the game, than I do either of these two Pokemon. Pidgeot is really bad. Pidgeot's stats are horrible. It's so weak. Yeah, flying types at the beginning of the game are horrible because of Brock, and then you have Electric Gym. They're just not useful. And two caves, like flying types are not useful until after Rock Tunnel. Then they're great. They're awesome to have, but it's such a pain to have early on. If you get a Pidgey, just box it. Just use it as like switching fodder or whatever. Eradicate, Guts. If you have Guts, it's amazing. So this tier list also takes into consideration like best outcome, like you have their best ability, whatever. Best way to use this Pokemon. If you have a Guts Eradicate, super strong. It's gonna hit really hard. Burn it, poison it. You can poison in the forest, and then Guts quick attack. Guts, it gets Hyper Fang really early on too, which is crazy. So even without Guts, it gets Hyper Fang super early, and then it's Super Fang, and it's gonna have good coverage. It's got like Thunder Fang, Shadow Ball. It'll have Headbutt. Yeah, it's Guts strategies are so good, so it's very easily an A tier. And normal types are so universal. You can just like slap you can slap a normal type on your team for like any given matchup, and they'll just be like effective. Fearow is way better than Pidgeot because its stats are better and it also evolves earlier, just like way better. But Sparrow is still not good until Erica, I think it is. Yeah, until Erica the Grass Gym. So if you have it until then, you pretty much just box it. Like maybe you get it to a Fearow, you can use it against like Misty, and then you just like box it for the caves and stuff, and then you can pull it out and it's fine later. There's other better options at that point though. It's just like it's a Pokemon you get early on that you have to box for a while, and I don't think that's good. Like you can't really use it the early on points. But then Erica going forward, it's fine. It's fine. Its stats aren't amazing, but it's fine. Yeah. Arbok is another Pokemon. I think I like it a little bit better. I don't know. Arbok I kind of want to put in B tier just because it's so flexible. It has Intimidate. Yeah. Arbok has Intimidate. It's Poison type. It's really flexible. You're weak to Ground, Psychic, which are two gyms you're going to have to deal with, but Giovanni's really easy. And then Serena. Don't take Arbok against the Psychic gym, and then you're fine. Like, it's good against every other gym. Just because it's tanky, Intimidate, Poison type to resist the Poison gym. You can teach it Shadow Ball if you want to take it against Sabrina for some reason. It's got good coverage. Rock Slide, Glare is really good. You have a Paraflinch. I think it's Swagger too, so you can do Parafusion Flinch. Intimidate. It's just very solid. It's a very like solid, well-rounded Pokemon. Great. It's a great defensive Pokemon. Raichu. Electric types. It's not good early, and then it's really nice against Misty, and then it does not good again until the Elite Four, really. Electric types are so weird. So electric types, you're good against Misty, you're good against the Elite Four, and you're not good against like anything else until then. But just having Thunder Wave, being fast, having Thunder Wave, strong Volt, Shockwave can be nice for like the mid game portion, like Team Rocket grunts and stuff. It's okay. But it's so nice. Electric types are so good against the Elite Four that I think if you're using Pikachu, like if you get Pikachu in Viridian Forest, it's gonna be nice. Not against Brock, of course, but against Misty, it's gonna be nice in that little early game portion, and then you kind of box it, put other things on your team, and then you'll bring it back out later. So maybe it could be B tier. I'll throw it in like A. I think I'll throw it in A tier just because it's so good against the Elite Four. Like, you take care of the Ice Gym, the Ice one. You're good against like half of Lance's team. You just take out the Gyarados and the Aerodactyl. You just take them out. And then against your rival usually has like 2 electric weaknesses, so you just take out 2 of them on your own. So yeah, he's super good against the Elite Four, and I think it deserves A tier just for that. Sandslash is a ground type, which ground types are nice. If you get a Sandshrew, this is Leaf Green. If you get a Sandshrew, you take out the Electric Gym for free, and you're good in the cave. You obviously don't use it against Grass Gym. Takes care of the Poison Gym. It's fine in the Psychic Gym, I guess. It's just an option you can take. and it just takes care of gyms. Ground typing is just so good. It has a really bad move pool though, but all you need is like dig, teach it rock slide from rock tunnel, can have brick break slash, like it's fine. It doesn't have a good move pool, but its move pool is fine enough, and its typing's really good. That I think it deserves B tier, if not higher. Do I want to put it high? No, I'm not. I'm not gonna put it higher just because there's other ground types that are way. It's like the worst ground type, but ground types are so good. Nidoking and Nidoqueen are both easily S tier. If you get a Nidoran right before Mount Moon, you are so set for the game. They can learn so many different moves. They evolve early. You evolve them at level 22. You either get Body Slam or Thrash, which are two amazing moves. They're gonna be so helpful, so useful. Double Kick. You get like Brick Break. You have so much coverage. Like they can learn like Thunderbolt, Ice Beam. I think they can learn Surf. Yeah, like Nidoqueen can like learn Surf, Flamethrower. Like you just plus their ground types, and then the Psychic typing. The Psychic typing sucks because you can't take them against Sabrina, which is where I'd love to take them. Like it sucks that the three of the four S tiers right now are all weak to Sabrina, which is I think the actual hardest part of the game. Yeah, I'd say she's the hardest. She's actually the hardest part of the game. At least in my opinion. But other than, like, that's the only time they're not good. And then they're fine against Giovanni because they just have, like, Surf coverage and Giovanni's a pushover. They're good against the entire time. They're fine. They're great in the Elite Four. Yeah, super good. Amazing early game, amazing late game. Clefable is S tier. Because Clefable is one... So you have to get really lucky with this thing and get it Mount Moon. But if you get it, you can evolve it however you want because it moves stone. It has really good coverage. It's really bulky. It's like everything I talked about these guys with the coverage. Like it's super bulky. It's amazing coverage. You can take it against any gym ever. Like any gym, any matchup. If you just need like a sixth Pokemon, Clefable's always like the best choice there. It can have healing. I think it has like Moonlight. Does it have some kind of healing? I can't remember. I don't think it. You don't even need to. Teach it like Calm Mind, Water Pulse, Ice Beam, Psychic. It just feels whatever you want it to do. It's so nice. It's so good, and it's so bulky. I feel like it's got to be S tier. I feel like it's so good. Yeah, I'm putting it S tier. Ninetales. It's a fire type. That comes at the time where that was like the only time where fire type is useful, which is Erica's gym. So it's good for that gym. And then it's specially bulky, so it's good against Sabrina. And then it's not really good against anything else. Even in the Elite Four, it's like fast Confuse Ray, which is kind of cool, or like fast Overheat, which is okay. So I guess I'll put it in the B tier. Yeah, I think it goes into the B tier only because of his special defense. So it's actually good against Sabrina. That's the only reason it's here. Wigglytuff is a poor man's Clefable. It's nowhere near as bulky. It does basically the same damage. It's literally just Clefable, but like not as bulky, but still usable. It's like a fill Pokemon. It'll be kind of strong early on. I think if you get a Wigglytuff, you just like evolve it pretty quickly. Teach it like Mega Punch and something, and then you'll evolve it and just like have something strong, something bulky early on, and then you'll drop it later on in the game. Crobat, or no, not a Crobat, Golbat. If it was Crobat, it'd be good. Because Crobat's great. But Golbat is horrible. It's a Pidgeot that is weak to Sabrina. So you're just horrible. Like it's so bad. Bad stats, not good moves, not ever useful. You're really nice against Erica, but she's not that hard, and you have so many other options. It's like it kind of sucks because you're basically destined to get a Zubat, and you're just gonna bench it. Like you should just bench it. It's not even good against Misty. You're weak to Misty. Like you're weak to everything early on. Luckily you skip Brock, but then you're weak to Misty's Starmie, and you're weak to Electric Gym. You're bad in Caves. You have one final good matchup, and then you're just bad against everything else for the rest of the game. So really bad. Absolutely bench this Pokemon. Vileplume, grass type. It's a baby Venusaur. You get it a little bit later than Venusaur. It's a little bit weaker than Venusaur, but it's still a grass type at a good time. Take care of Misty. Take care of a cave. Take care of the Electric Gym. Fight against Erica. Have a little bit of a gym break, and then you come back and you're fighting against the Elite Four, Sleep Powder, Leech Seed, all that stuff. Makes it fine. It's a discount Venusaur. Parasect has really good typing, actually. Has really good typing. Grass Bug is like sure you're quad weak to flying and fire, but like they're very predictable types. Like if you see a flying type, get it out of there. If you see a fire type, get it out of there. There's not like random flying type coverage on like anything ever. So the quad weaknesses I don't think are a big issue. Just being grass type, like stab grass and stab bug in this game are great, except for its stats are really bad and its move pool's really bad. You eventually get spore, but I think it's like at the Elite Four, and if you have this thing in the Elite Four, I don't really know what you're doing. But it's a grass type that's not weak to psychic, so it's good against Misty. It's good against. It's very serviceable, and you're bad to the point. It's like I don't know. It's such a weird Pokemon because like I look at it and it's so bad, and then I use it and it turns out being like it's so useful for a time, and then it turns bad again. But I feel like it's so much more useful typing wise than like these two, so I'm gonna put it in the B tier. Just cause status, grass type, bullet seed. You know, it does its job for when you have it. It's nice for a couple. It's nice for a little while. Venomoth is like a slightly better Butterfree. By the time you get it, it's like if you really want to replace Butterfree, it's I guess slightly better, but also not because it's weak to Sabrina. Not that you want to take either to them. So it's just like you're already dropping Butterfree. They kind of give you a slightly better Butterfree, but like why? At what cost? So I'm gonna pull it down in the C tier. Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's just if it came early, if it came at the time of Butterfree, it'd just be better than Butterfree. But it's a better Butterfree, but it comes at a time where you're already dropping Butterfree. So I'll put it in C tier. Dugtrio is a Pokemon I think you should ban because it trivializes because you're guaranteed to get either a Diglett or Dugtrio, a Diglett's Cave, and that makes the Electric Gym free, and then you go into the cave and it's free. And I already talked about how good ground types are. And you just have like a stupid fast ground type with Rock Slide, Earthquake, Slash, that's like Aerial Ace, like it'll or like Brick Break. Like, it doesn't have like a great move pool, but just super fast ground type. Also with the Arena Trap, not that Arena Trap doesn't do anything, so ignore that. It's just like it's a free ground type that trivializes a gym, and then is going to be good for the rest of the game. So I think you should ban it just to make that gym like actually kind of difficult. I think Fire Red Leaf Green is such an easy game overall that I think if you have a pure answer to a gym that's not that hard, then I think I say you ban it. Otherwise, I'd put it like A tier. Persian, I like Persian. I actually really like Persian. I think it evolves pretty early. It's fast. It's strong enough for like when you first get it. It's got good coverage. I can learn like Water Pulse, Shockwave, so it's pretty useful. Payday can be nice for like grinding out money if you really need money. I like it. It has pickup, which is kind of neat. I like it. I like it way better in like ROM hacks where it has like Technician, like Radical Red. I love Persian. Absolutely love Persian. It's like my favorite. It's one of my favorite Pokemon to get in that game. Yeah, I think it's a solid B tier. It's very serviceable. It's a normal type that kind of just fills in. It's fast. It hits decently hard. It's got coverage for kind of whenever you need it to do. It can learn Shadow Ball and be a fast Shadow Ball user against Sabrina. It just like works. It's just kind of a glue. It's just like how normal types are. They're just like glue. They just work in any situation. It's just like, oh, I need another Pokemon for this. Oh, I can train up this Persian and use Persian for it. I like it a lot. Golduck is a cool water type. I feel like water types should go. I want to pull water types higher than like some of these Pokemon. Honestly, I might pull Charizard down. No. A lot of the standard like typical bulky water types are going to go in here just because you need one. You'll get one, and like they're all kind of competing with each other. It just depends on which ones you get and which ones you use. At that point in the game, when you have like Super Rod and Surf and everything, you want a water type at the end of the game. It takes care of like the last 3 gyms. This one can learn Psychic, so it can take care of the Psychic gym. And there's also like a bunch of like Sand Slash in that gym for some reason. So very nice against the Poison gym. Good move pool. I can learn like Brick Break, Dig, Psychic, Shadow. I think it learns Shadow Ball too, so you can take it into Sabrina if you need to. Cool diverse move pool. Nice move set, and then it goes into the end game pretty well. Primeape is a really, really nice early game Pokemon. Yeah, Primeape is an early game Pokemon that carries you exactly to the halfway point, which is, I say the halfway point is like Rock Tunnel going forward. That's kind of my break for the game of when like you just get past the caves. Once you get past those 2 caves and all those gyms that just invalidate a lot of Pokemon like flying types and stuff, Primeape carries you through all of that, and then the other Pokemon shine through. So if you have like a Primeape and like a Fearow or a Sparrow, the Primeape basically carries you until that Fearow can come through later, and he drops off. He drops off as soon as you get through the second cave. Like as soon as you get to Erica, the grass gym, that's when you stop using him. You can take him into the Elite Four if you really need an answer for some matchups, like the Ice Gym, like the Ice Girl, even though he's only good against like 3 of them. Yeah, late game he's not that good, but it's just like a fighting type early on. Just takes care of Brock, takes care of the caves. You evolve early, so you're probably a Primeape by the time you get to Misty. If you're playing level caps like me, and then you're a Primeape against the Electric Gym, you can learn Dig, and you just like take care of it, and you just take care of all the caves and stuff. You're nice against the Team Rocket Grunts for just being a strong physical attacker, and then yeah, you just hit a super strong wall. That wall keeps you in the B tier. If he went into late game better, I'd put him in the A tier, but just because of that weakness, I'm gonna put him in the B tier, but probably like the top of B tier. Arcanine is just such a strong Pokemon. It's going in the S tier, even though fire types are not that great. It's just like this Pokemon stats, and it has Intimidate. It gets there, takes care of Erica. It's good against every other gym ever, forever. Even against like Giovanni, you just intimidate things, and it's just like, all right, cool. And then you're an Arcanine. It's Arcanine. It's a really strong Pokemon. I think it belongs in the S tier just because of stats and Intimidate. Poliwrath is a worse water type, and the fighting type doesn't really do anything because fighting types just in general are not that good in this game, except for early on. So I think I put it in B tier. I could even drop it down to C tier, but it's just a water type. Like, you don't use it for the fighting type. You use it for the water type. At that point, you're using it just to spam Surf and Ice Beam and stuff, so it's good for that. And the fighting type, I guess, is like something you could use against the Elite Four for some matchups. Like, it's gonna wall a couple things in against Lorelei, and then you take it against Bruno, and it claps Bruno, like half of Bruno, and then you take it against Drake, and it's weak to Drake, so it's kind of an issue. But and take it against your rival, and it's like fine against your rival. Yeah, it's just I think it's the worst water type, but it's still a water type, so it's very serviceable. Both Kadabra, Alakazam, I don't care if you evolve. If you can trade evolve this thing, you make it an SS tier. But if you can't trade evolve it, Kadabra's still just so fine. Psychic types are so strong in this game. In this region, in this generation and everything, the psychic types are just so strong. You just like you carry. So if you get Abra, you turn into Kadabra. You just psychic or confusion side beam your way through like everything up until that point. You teach us Shockwave, and you just keep like psychic Shockwave your way through the rest of the game. Because like what stops you? Like Sabrina. You fight fire with fire, and you're, yeah, like the only bad matchup you have is like the Alakazam. It's like Sabrina's Alakazam. That's it. And then like the other psychic types you fight in the Elite Four are like Lorelei's like Slowbro, and you have Shockwave for it. So like you're fine. You blow through Agatha, you blow through Bruno, you blow through your rival because nothing resists you like ever. Yeah, crazy. Easy S tier. This is a fun one. Machoke, I think, is B tier. I think it's... So you get Machop in Rock Tunnel, which is not great. I would love to have Machop early. I might pull him down. He's a bulky fighting type. Fighting types are not that great. He has coverage, but they're not that good. I might pull him down, honestly. I think he's worse than everything else here. But, caveat, or... I don't know if caveat's the right word for you. But the fun thing is, Machamp is so strong that it goes into the S tier. Just because it's bulky and it's so strong. And like fighting type is like not great, but just serviceable. Like just don't take it against Sabrina. And it just teaches like Earthquake, Rock Slide, whatever fighting type move it has is gonna have like Cross Chop or Brick Break or give it like Substitute Focus Punch and it blows through anything. It's just so strong. Now I think it deserves the S tier, maybe A tier. I might pull it down to A tier. Wait, does it have a gut? Does it have guts? Let me check. Let me check. Does Machamp have guts in this gen? I want Gen 3. Give me Gen 3. I guess I should probably do like Machamp's and Cerebi. Generation 3. Nature's nature. Abilities. What's its abilities? Ability is guts. It's guaranteed to have guts. Okay. Machamp is an easy S tier, and Machoke goes into at least B tier just because guts. Fire type is bad, but guts. Victory Bell. Some more offensive Vileplume, but it's still everything I said about Vileplume applies perfectly to Victory Bell. I actually have more fun with Victory Bell because it's better poison type, so it's better against Erica's gym. Not that it's like a great answer for Erica's gym, but it's nice if you have like Acid or Sludge Bomb, like Swords Dance Acid or something, or a Sludge Bomb. I don't even know if you can get Swords Dance at that point, but just like strong Sludge Bomb at that point is pretty cool. So I actually like it a little bit better than Vileplume. But I know Vileplume is just better because it's bulkier. Like bulkier Leech Seeds, Sleep Powder is just good. But yeah, every reason these two are the exact same basically. Tentacruel is a bulky water type that's also weak to Psychic, so I put it below. I put it right above Poliwrath, but a little bit still below Golduck. Bulky water type, huge special defense. I'm like, yes, I want to use it against Sabrina, and then you have weak to Psychic. So I'm like, no, I can't use it just against Sabrina. And you're weak to Giovanni, even though Tentacruel is gonna wipe Giovanni, so don't worry about it. But being weak to Psychic just sucks. I actually kind of do want to put. I feel like Golduck is just like a tier higher than these two for not being weak to Psychic, and then also better move pool. Nah, I'll keep them the same. Just understand the gap here. I'll try to explain the gap. Like these two are definitely worse than like Golduck is. Golem Graveler. I think both of these two are really really nice early game. So you get them right after Brock. It's really bad against. Obviously don't use it against Misty, but then you completely solo the Electric Gym. You're soloing the caves pretty much. And then you're bad against Erica. So you have two bad gyms, but then you're fine against Sabrina. They're kind of an even matchup against Sabrina. It just depends on like how strong you are, I guess, and like how hard is your Graveler gonna hit. Like if you have like a magnitude 8 Graveler against Sabrina's Alakazam, if you like special defense bulky enough to eat a hit from the Alakazam, you get like a magnitude like 8. You might just drop the Alakazam, to be honest. So it's good, and then ground types are just super solid for the rest of the game. Like after Sabrina, you take care of the Poison Gym, you take care of the Fire Gym, you take care of Giovanni just fine. Go into Elite Four. The Rock Slide is really nice against Lance. You kind of just solo Lance there, or take care of like half of his team. Then you're fighting against your rival. So really, really nice A tier, really good early game. And whether you're Graveler or Golem, you achieve the same thing. It's really using this Pokemon for typing, like bulky and typing. Like evolving into Golem makes it a little bit bulkier, and then you hit a little bit harder. Like I don't think it's a huge jump. So I put them both in the same tier. Rapidash is a fire type that you get at the end of the game, and like the only time a fire type is useful is against like Erica, and so you're just way too late. Way too late. Water Psychic type, Slowbro, broken. Has a Slack Off recovery, broken. Ice Beam, Psychic Surf, broken. Absolutely broken. You're so strong. You can't kill a Slowbro. Slowbro never dies. He solos everything. He's so annoying. Such good typing. Yeah, if you get a Slowbro, good GG, you just won the game. Magneton, Steel type is like in a generation that's not designed to have Steel types. So there's like avoid the fighting types, avoid the ground types. So you're not really seeing a lot of fire types outside of Blaine. And then electric type for the Elite Four. Woohoo! You're a steel type, so you resist Sabrina, which is awesome. You are a steel type, so you are immune to Koga, but I think you actually have to beat Koga to get serve. If I'm not, yeah, I think you have to beat Koga first, so can't use it against Koga, whatever. Like you go get it, use it against Sabrina, and then you box it and then use it against the Elite Four, and it's great. But like, Steel type is so awkward in this generation. It's the only Steel type, and it's just so awkward in this generation because it's not designed to have the Steel type in it. So it just works so well. And I think it put in the S tier just because it like takes care of like everything in the Elite Four. Like Lorelei gets completely smacked by it. Agatha gets completely smacked by it. Lance gets completely smacked by it. Like it completely solos those three. And then against your rival, it's like weak to whatever. It's weak to the fighting type and the Rhydon. Just like switch it out against those two, and it beats everything else. So yeah, easy S tier. Farfetch'd is horrible. It's a horrible Pokemon. Dodrio, I like a lot. I think B tier. I kind of want to put it in the A tier. Drill Peck and Tri Attack are such good stab for it. You get it at the time when flying types actually become useful. It takes care of Erica. It's fast and it's actually really strong. Yeah, it's really fast and it's really strong. Yeah, Tri Attack, Drill Peck are amazing coverage there. I don't know what else move wise you run on it. You have like, you can do like Endeavor. You could do Agility, I guess. I like it a lot against Sabrina. I usually end up using it against Sabrina just because it's a fast physical like sweeper that can like blow through like an Alakazam or something. It's fast enough. Maybe I can like set up an Agility beforehand. And I can just blow through. You can even put like, I could do like, I think what I've done with it before is like Drill Peck, Tri Attack, Hyper Beam, Agility. And I took it against Sabrina's Alakazam and I made sure I could set up an Agility. I'd like Agility, Tri Attack, some things, I think against like the Stabber or whatever, just to get it ready. And as soon as the Alakazam came out, I just Hyper Beamed it and one-shot the Alakazam and killed it. It was like, that was level capped and everything. I just one-shot the Alakazam because Alakazam is so squishy. Yeah, it was great. It's super great Pokemon. I like it a lot. Fine against the entirety of the game at that point. Like flying types from that point in the game, they just turn on. They're actually good. And it's just, yeah, I think it's really solid. Really solid Pokemon. Dugong, bulky water type with Stab Ice Beam. Stab Ice Beam to take care of Lance, and we love ourselves with Stab Ice Beam. Just kidding. I don't think Lance is that hard compared to other Dragon type trainers. Like, I would love a Dugong and Emerald for a bulky water type with Stab Ice Beam to take care of like Drake and stuff, because I think Drake's way scarier. So I'll put it in the B tier. And I'll put it above Golduck just for Stab Ice Beam. Like, just Stab Ice Beam. Like, it doesn't matter that you're not resisting Fire type. You're still just gonna blow through that gym. You're gonna blow through Giovanni. You're good. Actually, really specially bulky. So you're actually really nice against Sabrina, too. Not only it's one of my favorite Pokemon in this generation. It's actually might be my favorite Pokemon in this generation, or in this region. Just like fun fact, but yeah, Stab Ice Beam, Surf, like what, you can't go wrong. I think it gets Fake Out too. In this, does it get Fake Out immediately? I can't remember its moveset. All you need is like Surf, Ice Beam, and that's it. It gets like Stockpile, which is so fun too. It's a fun Pokemon, yeah. Bulky water type with Stab Ice Beam. Muck is super bulky, super strong, really nice against the Elite Four. Obviously, don't use it against Sabrina. Don't use it against Giovanni, and then it's fine for everything else. It's just super strong. It's just a strong Pokemon. Like, it's just a good Pokemon that I recommend taking it in. What's next? Cloyster. Bulky water type with Stab Ice Beam, but it has such weak special attack. I'm gonna fact check myself here because I'm forgetting Cloyster. If its special attack is fine, then it's good. 85 special attack. Bad against Sabrina because it's so especially weak, but it's bulky, physically bulky water type with Stab Ice Beam. That's cool. So I'll put it in B tier. Haunter. The more I use Haunter, the more I don't like it. The more it drops to me. Like, there's part of me that actually wants to put it in the C tier. Your Shadow Ball on it is going to be so weak because it's not a physical attacker, and like Stab doesn't help it. Like, Shadow Ball like a Arbok or a Persian or like a Raticate is going to be so much stronger than it is going to be on like Haunter. And so at that point, you're just using it for coverage, but it's like there's other Pokemon that can give you like special coverage that are also bulky, like these two up here and other things. So it's like a nice sweeper, but without stab. Like, it can't use either stab. It can't use poison or it goes because they're both physical, and it's so... Like, I feel like it gets so screwed over by that. And, like, you don't really like the typing. Like, the typing doesn't really do much. You have levitate, so it's good against Giovanni, but, like, it loses to every psychic type ever. If you beat poison types, it's, like, good against Agatha, good against Bruno. It's fine. It's just, like, it's so fine. It's such, like, a fine, serviceable Pokemon, but I think the lack of stab is so annoying that I actually will drop it down to C tier. Just for Haunter. Gengar is strong enough that it'll go into A tier. Its stats are high enough. Like, it's gonna be fast enough and strong enough that even without stab, it's just gonna be a good enough attacker. Like a good enough like coverage attacker that I think it'll deserve A tier. It's kind of like the Machamp treatment. Yeah, just like think of the Machamp. Like, if you can trade and get a Gengar, go ahead and use it. Like, it's gonna be a strong Pokemon. Onyx is worthless. Its attack stat is so weak. You get it. Like, it doesn't matter that its typing is really good. It's so weak it doesn't do anything. So it's a horrible Pokemon. Hypno, easy S tier for me. Stupid bulky psychic type. Great attack stat, so it's amazing user of Shadow Ball. It's the single best answer against Sabrina. That's just a Hypno with Shadow Ball. Completely solos a gym actually. And then it's a psychic type, so like you win. You just win the game. Really, really easy. Definitely recommend using Hypno. I actually like it more than Alakazam, solely because it solos Sabrina, which is the hardest part, and it's like so good against Sabrina. Yeah, it's so good. Just use like Shadow Ball, Headbutt, Thunder Wave, Psychic, or something like that. Hypnosis. Like, it doesn't even have to be. Doesn't even have to know Psychic. Like, it could just be like a Psychic type with other coverage moves if you have like an Alakazam on your team already or something. Yeah, the best Shadow Ball user ever. So strong. Sleep paralysis, yeah. So strong. Kingler. It's like Poliwrath. It's like bulky water, but doesn't have special attacks, so it's not actually a good bulky water type, so I'm actually going to put it in the C tier. It's just a bad water type. Like, you want it to be a water type. You don't really want it to do anything else. It's a service... Like, I'll put it in the C tier because it's like a serviceable Pokemon as like a physical attacker, but like... Why do you want this to be a physical attacker? If it's... Like, it's a water type. Yeah, it's just weird. Also, Move Pool just isn't very good. Electrode, I think, is worse than Pikachu, solely because you don't have that like early game bump against Misty, but you still have an electric type against the Elite Four, which is so good that I could put it in the A tier. It's super fast. Thunder Waves against Sabrina is actually really nice too, so I'll put it A tier. I think it's definitely worse than Raichu, but it's just like at the bottom of A tier. It's just super fast and electric type against the Elite Four. Executor. Easy S tier in my opinion. Sleep Powder, Dream Eater, Sunny Day, Solar Beam, Chlorophyll, Psychic, Giga Drain. Like, you just got so much that works for him. Like, I literally did a set that was like Sunny Day. That was only setup, so it was like Sunny Day, Solar Beam, Sleep Powder, and Dream Eater, just because I had Psychic on something else, I had Giga Drain on something else, I had all this stuff. I just like put on things on other Pokemon and Executor. It'll just be so fast. It's really good against Sabrina. You don't get it till you yeah, you can get it by Sabrina because of the Safari Zone. So just like use its like grass type moves against Sabrina. So give it like Giga Drain or whatever. It'll wall Sabrina really good there. Good against the Poison type gym. Ignore Blaine, amazing against Giovanni, and then you are really good against the Elite Four because you have Lorelei, which if you get like, it's bad against Lorelei until you put Sunny Day up, and then it just sweeps everything. And if any of the Pokemon that are not Ice type, that like the Slowbro on her team get they just get washed by the Executor. Takes care of Blaine, takes care of Agatha. And then fast Sleep Powders and Psychic hitting really hard against Lance is really nice and great against your rival. Easy S2 to me. It's like my favorite offensive Psychic type. Honestly, I actually kind of like it. I just like it more than Alakazam. for fun wise, just because I mean Alakazam's better, just because its stats are so crazy, but it's just so fun. Marowak, ground typing is so good. Plus you have Thick Club to raise its attack even higher, so it's amazing. Really really strong. Ground types are just so good. And it's bulky, so it's pretty bulky. Yeah, super super good Pokemon. Easy A tier to me. I thought about putting it in the S tier. I'm probably gonna put it at the very top of A tier. Super good against the Elite Four. It's just super good against everything except for Erica. So, which I don't even think you can use it against Erica. Yeah, you can't. So it's just good. It's just really good for the rest of the game. You two are just fighting types. Hitmonchan, Hitmonlee, you're just other fighting types. Like, if anything, Machoke's just better just because Guts. Just because at least you have like Gust boost. These two don't. So, I like Hitmonlee the most though, just for the speed is nice. Lickitung is just horrible. It's bulky, but it does no damage. Weezing is like Muck. It's just really strong. Poison typing is nice. Having Levitate is nice too. Only being weak to Psychic, which is like you're weak to Psychic, but like it's very flexible. You can explode on something. Like if there's a scary Pokemon that your team's not ready for, like Lance's Dragonite or something, you can just explode on it. Sludge Bomb it's got good coverage for like Thunderbolt. Flamethrower. So yeah, really flexible Pokemon, really easy to slap on your team as soon as you get it. Rhydon is a little bit worse than Golem, but it does the same thing like endgame. It's a little bit worse than Golem only because you don't have that free gym, but it's also just stronger than Golem, and especially if you can't trade. Like if you have Graveler and if you can't like trade to get Golem and you get a Rhyhorn in the Elite Four. Literally just have Rhyhorn take over your Graveler spot. And it's basically just like it's another Golem, so I think I'll put it in A tier just for that. It's strong enough at that point. Chansey, easy S tier. It doesn't die. It won't die, ever. Easy S tier. Tangela, very underwhelming grass type. But it has Sleep Powder. You miss the point where grass types are really good, which is like the early game. So I think I'm gonna pull you down into the B tier, maybe even the C tier. Yeah, because there's just so many gyms you're not good against, and even in the Elite Four, you're really not that good. You need that early game point to really carry you. Kangaskhan, super great A tier, great bulky, strong sweeper, a lot of coverage moves. It's great. Dizzy Punch is cool. Dizzy Punch is really fun. Dizzy Punch, you can do like Dizzy Punch, Headbutt. Thunder Wave, you could do that. I think it learns Thunder Wave, or even just like Body Slam. I don't know. Strong, bulky attacker. Can't go. You just cannot go wrong. It's a normal type too. You can just feel it on everything. It's great. It's a great user of like Earthquake, Rock Slide, Brick Break, and like Dizzy Punch. It's a great moveset for it. Seadra, bulky water type. I'm gonna put it right below Golduck. Bulky water type, not weak to Psychic or anything weird. Very serviceable. It's very fine. It's actually got really good defense too, which is kind of nice for some matchups. Starmie, broken, absolutely broken. Like best Pokemon in the game. Water, like you have Surf, Psychic, Ice Beam, Ice Beam, and Thunderbolt. I don't know why I can learn Thunderbolt, but I can, so it's broken. Completely solos the entirety of the Elite Four. Completely solos. As soon as you get it, it solos the rest of the game. I don't care what matchup it is. It just Starmie wins. So dumb. Like, these two are so dumb. Mr. Mime, that's a great Psychic type. It has Magical Leaf, which is nice. It's convenience. It's just another Psychic type. I'm gonna put all the Psychic types together, actually. In order of how good I think they are. I think it's like if you have a Kadabra, you might as well just get... If you have a Kadabra and you can't trade, like, you might as well get Mime. Kind of thing. It's like, unless you really want to use Kadabra, I feel like you might as well get Mime, because I think Mime can learn Thunderbolt, too, so it has better coverage. So I put things like... I put it, like, here. I'll put everything together like this. Scyther, great sweeper. Really, it's a really strong sweeper. Not the best moves, but it's just a strong sweeper. Maybe not A tier. I'll probably pull it down to the B tier. See, there's this B tier is really weird because there's some Pokemon that I think are like I think Scyther and Dugong are like better than some of those other Pokemon in here. But I will still keep them all here. I could even pull these two down. I'll leave Scyther. Let me just do one check on his moveset real quick, because I can't remember all of his moves. And that'll be a deciding factor. I know just like Aerial Ace, like Swords Dance Aerial Ace is strong. Will be strong enough. If it had a stab bug type move, it'd be so good. 40 Fury Cutter at 46. What's Sabrina's level? I just have to see Sabrina's level real quick. Her highest level is 43, so you cannot, if you're using level caps, you cannot use Fury Cutter. Otherwise, it'd be so good. But Sword Stance, Double Team / Wing Attack, strong. You have Steel Wing too, so it's strong. Lacking moveset, but it's Emerald. Lacking moveset, but it's just a strong Sword Stance sweeper that can just like blow through things. So I'll keep it in A tier. Jinx, S tier. Stab Ice Beam, Stab Psychic. This thing's the best offensive Pokemon ever. Putting it like right here. It's just Stab Psychic, but then also a Stab Ice Beam. Like I don't. It's so good. It's so good in the Elite Four. It's just so strong. Like it's a little slow, so you have to be careful with that. But then you have like Sweet Kiss to put things to sleep. You basically have a sleep powder on this thing for some reason. Crazy, crazy strong. Electabuzz. Electric type more flexibility than Electrode. Sorry, I instantly like it a lot more than Electrode. Like it has like good physical attacks, so you can use like Brick Break and stuff. So just a lot more flexible. So I put it like in between Raichu and Electrode. Magmar, Fire type when Fire types are really not that useful, so I'll put it like probably C tier, honestly. Fire types just really aren't that useful at that point, but at least it's like a good stat Pokemon, so I'll put it like here. Pinsir is actually really strong. Pinsir's really strong, pretty bulky. I like it. I think it's just like a good attacker. Like you can't go wrong using it. If you have it and you have space for it on the team, it's gonna hit hard. It's just like whatever moves it has. You have to just like give it whatever moves you have available, and it could be a really strong attacker there. Tauros, Intimidate, super strong, great coverage, normal type, glue, absolutely amazing Pokemon. Super, super good. Intimidate's so crazy. Alright. I'm going to group all my banned Pokemon together, and I'll do them at the end. Which is legendaries too. Just so I can talk about this really quickly. Porygon does nothing. Ditto does nothing. Seaking does nothing. All D tiers. Okay. Let's talk fossils real quick first. Omnistar, bulky water type, but the rock typing really doesn't help. So I'll put you like here. Kabutops, fast, really good rock slide user. I actually love it. Its rock slide is really nice against the Elite Four. It's actually a really good answer. For a lot of things Elite Four. As soon as you get it, completely takes care of Blaine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine against Giovanni if you want to use it against Giovanni, and then just like you get it for the end game. So it's a great Elite Four Pokemon. Just save its like if you could save Rock Slide for it or something, save Rock Slide for it against Lance, and it'll solo Lance. It'll solo like half of Lorelei's team and be good against everything else. Really, really strong Pokemon. Aerodactyl. Easy S tier 2 or A plus A tier 2. I never actually use Aerodactyl, but it's good. I don't use it much. The few times I've used it though, I'm just like, this thing's so fast, it's so strong. Aerial Ace or Fly and like Rock Slide, and that's all you need. You're so offensive. You're so strong. Yeah, Aerodactyl's really good. I could even put it in the S tier. I could. Let me check his moves. This is be quick. Let's be quick. I have it in the A tier when I first made this list, but the more I think about it, I might put it in the S tier. Give me Cerebi so I can just see its ability as well. Let me see. Gen 3. Its ability is Rockhead and Pressure? Can it have Rockhead? I don't know. I'm gonna gauge it with it just saying it has Pressure. Basically, but it has Ancient Power, can be really strong if you don't have Rock Slide available for it. Ancient Power, like Fly or Aerial Ace. Agility Sweep, which you don't need. Scary Phase, which is nice. Can learn Dragon Claw, that's cool. Can learn like Steel Wing. Strength. Moveset wise, it's fine. But aren't its stats like really good? Isn't it like 105 attack? It's actually only 105 attack? Okay. That'll keep it in the A tier. I thought its attack stat was higher. So, but yeah, super fast. Really strong. Fast, strong Rock Slide. What can I say? Dragonite, S tier. If you get Dratini, it's Dragon. Dragonite, it's bulky, amazing coverage. What threatens you except for Lorelei? Like Lorelei threatens you, that's it. Nothing else threatens you for the rest of the game, so amazing. Evolutions, I'm gonna put you all in the A tier. I think all three of them are A tier, including Flareon. I actually think Flareon is A tiered. The fire, like, I put Flareon A tier for the same reason I put Arcanine S tier. Just because its attack stat is so high, it's a really good Shadow Ball user and it has good special defense, so it's actually really, really nice against Sabrina. And then you have like a fire type against Erica, so it's fine there. You're gonna wall out Blaine, and then you can just hit it with like superpower or strength or dig or Shadow Ball. Like, don't use it as a fire type. Use it as like just a physical attacker. Its attack stat is so high that it's actually really strong. I actually really like it. The more I use it, it's one of my favorite Pokemon. So the more I use it, I like to use it a lot, and the more I use it, I think it's really good. Jolteon's the best here. It's super fast, has Bite and Pin Missile, which is both really good against Sabrina. Moral of the story, Eevee itself is really good against Sabrina. But Jolteon takes care of the Elite Four really, really well. It's really good for the end game. Super fast Thunder Waves. All you need is like, run like Thunder Wave, Thunderbolts, Bite, and then whatever you want, I guess, for the last move. You can do like Thunder, you can do like, I don't know, Pin Missile. You can do whatever you want kind of with Jolteon. It's super, super strong electric type at that point. Then Vaporeon, bulky water type with Bite. Like, you'll like Surf, Bite, Ice Beam. I don't know what you run for the last move. It's just strong. Yeah, Eevee's really good. Part of me, in some runs, I ban Eevee. In other runs, if I use Eevee, I roll a d6, and like if it's 1, 2, if I roll 1 or 2, it's Flareon. A 3 or 4, it's Vaporeon. 5 or 6, it's Jolteon. So I try to randomize that encounter a little bit. That's just how I use Eevees. I also randomize my fossils. I do a coin flip for which fossil I grab. And sometimes I ban Aerodactyl just because I don't like set encounters when I play personally. Which is also why I always ban Doug Trio. And set encounters is going to come in later with the other Pokemon I say to ban. So Eevee is sometimes a Pokemon that I ban. But if I don't ban it, I don't think it's as strong as every other Pokemon I ban. Like, even Doug Trio I think is better than Eevee overall. Which is weird to say. But yeah, Doug Trio's actually really good for this region. It's actually kind of crazy. But yeah, I put like Doug Trio here. Kind of with the Eevees, but Doug Trio gives you a free gym, so I say to ban it. The Eevees I ban sometimes. It depends. It depends on just how I'm feeling. Okay, and then everything else here is going to be banned. So Gyarados, ban it because Intimidate, level 20, you're super broken, super strong Pokemon. I think you're allowed to not ban it. Like, you can allow yourself to unban it as long as you don't buy the one before Mount Moon. Because you just start training in Mount Moon, you have a Gyarados against Misty, and Misty's easy. Of course, you don't use it against Electric Gym, but then like the caves are easy. It's fine against Erica because it's actually not weak to grass, and then it's like really good against Sabrina. It's really good against everything ever, always for the rest of the game. It's such a strong, stupid, bullshit Pokemon. I think it makes the game boring. I really think it makes the game boring, so I just ban him outright. If you don't ban him, he's S tier. Easy S tier. Lapras is also an easy S tier. Stab Ice Beam, Stab Surf. It can learn Psychic. It can learn Thunderbolt. It just has such good coverage. You get it for free. It's super bulky. It's super strong. I think you just ban it. Like, it's an easy S tier. They're all S tiers. Every Pokemon here is an S tier, including Moltres. Actually, I actually will put Moltres in the S tier just because it's a strong legendary. Like it's fire types, flying types are like fine at that point. Like they're fine against the Elite Four, and it's just so strong. It's gonna hit so hard. That'll put an S tier. Articuno, Stab, Ice Beam, S tier. Zapdos, the absolute S tier. And then Snorlax is another Pokemon like Lapras that you're guaranteed to get for free. It just makes the game too easy. He's too strong. He's way too bulky. He hits way too hard. He takes care of Sabrina. He just like take care of everything. Yeah, it's like oh no, Sabrina's so hard. Oh, I'm just gonna run Snorlax and it's fine. So Snorlax is just he's just like these three are way too strong. These three are legendaries and should be banned. They're also all 6 of these are set encounters, and then you have Dugtrio, which is like that's my personal thing. I think it just makes the gym too easy, which is why I ban it. But if you don't want to ban it, you don't have to, I guess. Anyways, this is all my kind of rule set anything. But this is just like my rule set with why I ban things. But I think if you want the game to be a little harder, because I think Fire Red Leaf Green is the easiest game in the series to Nuzlocke. Yeah, I think it's absolutely the easiest. And if you want to make it a little bit harder, just because you like the region, then I'd just say ban these 7, and things get harder. If you want to make things even more interesting, you could ban all of the S tiers. But I think there's some Pokemon in here that are just like fun. Like Tauros is fun, and you don't get to use them all the time. Clefable is a lot of fun. The Nidos are really fun. So I don't think you have to ban everything here. And yeah, that's gonna do it for my tier list. It's actually funny that the D tier is bigger than the C tier. I could pull some people down if I really needed to. Like this could fix things a little bit. There we go. I'll do that. I can't leave the D tier bigger than the C tier. I need something here. I need something. I can't pull Magmar down, so I'll pull somebody up. I guess I'll pull Pidgeot up. Nah, I'll pull Rapidash up. I'll put Rapidash next to Magmar. Whatever. I think I shit on Rapidash a little too hard. It's fine against the Elite Four. In actuality, it's fine. It's just like a serviceable Pokemon. They're both serviceable Pokemon, but they're not good types, so I'll pull them down here. Alright, that'll do it. That'll do it, everybody. Alright, thanks for tuning into this video, guys. Sorry, my voice is definitely tired. No, this is a long one. But these videos are kind of long. There's a lot of Pokemon to talk about. I want to talk about them, just to not, like, say they're... Just, like, explain a little bit. So, yeah. Thanks for tuning in, guys. See y'all later.